Okay, well, best to assume things are going to be working fine and press forward. We're back with Hearts of Iron 4. We're playing as the grotty Persian individual who just goes around begging for equipment, but it's been doing us pretty well so far, and I don't think there's going to be any immediate end to the begging. I need a whole lot of artillery. I hope my friends have some for me. So yeah, we flipped to fascist, although we did so peacefully. I need to get good at Civil War. I have a feeling that if you do things Civil War ways, you can get it done much faster. There was a lot of waiting for this. We flipped to fascist. We ate Iraq in what I can only describe as a masterful display of competence by myself for declaring and acting through the war. I mean, there was a near miss, but otherwise we did fine. Linked it up with our logistic network. And now we're on the eve of war. German Reich will be demanding Danzig in not very long. I forget the exact date that it's going to be starting, but that looks like it just has over a month to go. So I'm guessing the 1st of September is going to be Danzig o'clocks. Maybe around mid-September. I want to move my units into position so that they can blast through these lines. Now, maybe they can, maybe they can't. I don't know the kinds of units that the French and the British post on the borders here, but I can see that they haven't fully guarded it up. So who knows, we might be able to blast through as quickly as possible and make our way down to Cairo. That would be the gold standard. Silver standard might be getting to around here, and bronze and below is just barely pushing in and then not being able to do anything. And given our supply situation, that could be what happens. However, we have been given a lot of trucks. Well, we did have to beg and grovel for them, and they are split between Fiat's Type 94s and Opel Blitzes, so different people's trucks, but look, as long as it plows forward, and it's not just a camel covered in a wooden body, then it's good enough for us, and it should hopefully get us a few supplies extra there. Thinking about it, I would love to be able to beg for transport planes. I'm strongly considering using a factory that I eventually get to do just that. And hey, would you look at that, we are building factories. Good call, me. So we're just going to pass a little bit more time until it's war o'clock and then get on with it. We got some PP set aside, don't know when or why I'd be needing it. Maybe total mobilization will be handy because we almost have enough war support and our enemies are definitely going to be stronger than us, so getting that total mobilization is probably going to be a big help for us. In any case, we'll proceed on. We shouldn't need to move until the middle of August. God, the replacement parts, logistic for all that. Good that HoI doesn't simulate. Oh yeah, crikey. Construction speed advisor, Jake. Was I thinking about that? I did want the captain of industry. I suppose the sooner I get him, the better. I've got that PP, I might as well spend it. Total mobilization will be at least a month away anyway. Laws-wise, I think we're doing just fine. And what do I have? I got garrison units that I want ready for the war. I should deploy those, yeah, I should certainly deploy those just before the war is going to be starting so they can at least safeguard my ports. I would hate to just be navally invaded by Britain and I'd have a very hard time defeating them. And I can't really count that the Germans would help me out there. And it should be a long time before such invasions and things are a threat to Italy, because it takes a while for those democracies to pick their arses up and handle that situation. Should have a few years at least. There's a few years that I can work hard on my own economy. Hopefully I'll be able to borrow an economy off of French and UK holdings here. Actually, that doesn't look so good. Maybe there's something over here. And there's good compliance over in Alexandria as well. In fact, there's 100. Couldn't I pop out Alexandria as a real loving puppet with that kind of compliance? If I just come and take it over? That's a lot of manpower that I could squeeze out of them. Wait, that's Egypt, not Alexandria. Nonetheless, might be something to consider. Look, I could pop out Israel. I'm sure Israel would be happy to help me out. Something to consider. Oh, crikey. One big downside to sending out the attaché is the constant pinging of other countries. How dare you have an attaché with my enemy? There's like one civ in Palestine and one in Cairo, right? Well, at least I'd get their manpower. How long until Papa Hitler pulls the trigger? Not long at all. Danzig or war, probably at the end of the month. Hitler continues to give me fighters and CAS, which is really rather nice. Although, ooh, the positioning of this is awful. Perhaps I should have built an airfield over here so that I could actually have some air support. Oh well, I'm sure we'll capture one. There's bound to be one around here somewhere. Building my own one seems... Nah, seems like something I don't want to do. Those can hardly be called fighters. So where did we get the list of our planes here? So what kind of fighters do we have? We've got interwar fighters. I think those are our own homegrown ones. Italian Fiats, Japanese Nakajimas, and Heinkel 51s from Germany. And the CAS, similar dispersion, although far fewer the Japanese ones. There we go, get that industry dispersed. What else there is worth grabbing, I do not know. I'll certainly want better guns eventually, but really, it's Germany that's going to be making all the guns for all of us. Me researching that doesn't seem like a good idea, except to unlock improved infantry equipment. So I should think about things that are going to benefit me better, like being able to beg for more items that my friends are making. I mean, maybe they're going to make anti-tank stuff that I want, I don't know. If I at least research submarines, maybe I can beg Germany for some submarines. Otherwise, radio is rather nice for reinforcement rate and coordination. But construction's so good. Get construction. How did Jake get so much lend-lease? I begged. I begged until I had blisters on my knees. Oh, sweet, got those extra weapons in the nick of time there. What else are we wanting here? It would be lovely to extract more oil out of the ground, but let's actually get those radios so we can reinforce our armies better. Our own focus is going to be on getting ourselves ideological fanaticism when we can, and it does look like we're at about the same point here. So when do I finish this? In 12 days. Ooh, sooner than I'd like. So, might as well get these people onto their new plans. So what'll it be? I reckon 12 of you over here, and then 12 of you over here. It's going to be a supply nightmare. I know that. And that fuel supply... Well, I don't think the tanks can go any slower. So, what'll it be? Just the border with France and the desire to eliminate the French here. Yeah, how could it fail? And then, similarly, I don't know how much, if anything, I'm going to be able to plough my way into Egypt, but at least I want to get through a bit so I can link it up with my logistical network. So, you guys are going to be on here, and you're going to have your own run for Delhi. Who knows, Lord Linlithgow might absolutely fail in keeping the Raj in check. If nothing else, you'll get up some planning bonus. And I would have liked to have these guys completely trained up. They will be trained up at the 26th of August. I don't know if the Brits are planning a naval invasion of me immediately. I like to think they won't pull it off particularly quickly, and I'll be able to plunk down my units and get them, yeah, get them into position for that ASAP. Yes, East Egypt. Egypt is relative. I can already smell the lack of supplies here. Oh, it hurts. With that in mind, you can use all the trucks you want. Oh, wow. Well, that's not too shabby at all. Get out of here, Germany. I can take care of this myself. Then there's you, and I need you to handle the Q8 situation. Should be easy. Should be dead easy. Except you guys are really crappy, aren't you? Well, you've got support artillery at least. Yeah. 6-0 with support arty. I mean, I have to be picky on this one. I am very, very short on artillery. And my good friend Hitler is not particularly willing to give me more, no matter how much I come begging for it. He says no. I do wish it would tell you if it's because you have too much or he has not enough. You can go and check that, and on reflection I probably should have checked this more. Where I go into their stockpile and I say, well, how much artillery do you have? And he says, no, he's got none. I don't think it says how much he's short of it, though, does it? It'd be nice to get that kind of information. I can see how much he's researched. My good friend Hitler. Look, everybody needs a friend. If Bob Ross can say that, then it must be true. Does the AI cheat on supplies? I have no reason to believe that they do, Owu. It would explain why they get so ravaged by lack of supplies. Oh god, this is a horrible place for you. Right, here we go. Considering the demands, it seemed inevitable Poland would be forced to cede Danzig to Germany, and a Polish would be sent to Berlin to negotiate further terms. German Reich's recent action stating it was obvious Germany would not be satisfied with Danzig alone. German-Polish forces prepared for war. The Poles weren't that prepared for war. Should have seen this coming the moment they were spat out onto the map. Anyway, out they come. I want that research slot. Hell, I need that research slot. But I'm not at war. He's surely about to enter war, right? Hopefully. At least I can build up my own... Aren't you going to declare that war, Hitler? Please, Hitler. Ah, there we go. You started it. You invaded Poland. Now, maybe it's a good idea for me to stay out of this war for a while, but we said... There we go. We said we'd be joining the Axis into this. It seems disingenuous not to. So let's go. Let's help them out in the war. And then... Ta-da! We are now fighting on their side. Oh, good God. That's a few more Brits lining that than I would like to see. What do you think are our chances on these? You say things are equal. Well, let's actually hold off on that. See if they want to batter themselves against us first. Gives us a chance to entrench better and plan better and run out of supplies better. You guys, on the other hand, I don't really want to give you much of a time of day. So how is this done again? There's a way to do this, and I keep forgetting. A way to activate specific plans. Oh, jeez. Jeez, oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Which button is it? Area, fallback, spearhead. Hover over the activation button. Let's see. It is shift click and then click on desired order. There we go. That's one that I certainly want done immediately. Yeah, there we go. Instant win. Unfortunately, I've got no airfield in the area. I mean, I've got all these guys here. They could, I suppose, at least help out in the Middle East. Which I think they are already doing. If Poland's joined the Allies. Nobody seems to be working on this, so maybe, just maybe, we could push through. It doesn't look promising, but you never know what happens. Yeah, well, looks like some of them are being sent packing immediately. What's all this? Germany wants to provide me with goods. Italy wants to provide me with goods. Well, that's all very cute, but maybe I should be the one who decides what goods they end up giving me. Oh, crikey, I wanted those garrison units pumped out. They are trained, after all. Okay, well, first we'll decline these, because I don't believe in them. Italy wants me to join... I'm already in this war. Go away, Italy. Now, I want to look like I have a big old deficit in pretty much everything, but especially infantry equipment, because by God do I need infantry equipment. So could I potentially... So there's a limit in how many units you can have in training, but we can get rid of some of that if I just hop down my Mr. Garrisons. Just splat, out they go. And then you are going to be in your own unit here. And you're... Do I have somebody who just is excellent in defense? Defense and logistics. Chance of getting wounded in combat. What's the other thing you have there? Planning speed down. That might not sound amazing. Well, if you're going to be a big old coward, then let's have you as part of this. And you're going to be on a garrison order, if I can remember which one that is. It's called area defense. Well, who would have thought? The only thing you should really care about, as far as I'm aware, are the naval bases. And as long as you have all of those taken care of, well, that should be all we need for now. You only need 5, but I've given you way more than that, so off you trot with it. And then I should be able to at least say that I'm going to deploy a whole lot more of these. Hopefully it'll say that I'm low on goods. It absolutely does, so I should be able to try to ask for goodies, especially off of Italy. I mean, come on, my Italian brethren. He doesn't want to give me trucks, go figure. Doesn't want to give me support equipment. How can this be? There we go. That's what I really need. Artillery and infantry equipment. Can't get the anti-air that I desperately desire. He won't give me tanks. He'll give me CAS, he'll give me fighters. He won't give me convoys. Maybe someday someone will give me convoys. But help me out there, please, Mr. Italy, and hopefully Allied operations in the Med won't destroy our ability to get those off of you. So there we go. 300 artillery and 6,000 guns. Very generous of him. I would like a similar lend-lease off of you, my good pal Adolf. Yeah. Wait, wrong side. Request. I didn't want to give it to him. Okay, suddenly doesn't look so hot. He hates giving us artillery, sadly. And he doesn't seem to like investing in anti-air. Nor does he want to give us those light tanks. But fighters and CAS, always welcome. And he won't give us a convoy still, so let's just grab that. And since I'm at war, I can now go back to the Japanese. And I can request a fresh lend-lease off of them. Actually, I'm going to wait until I get Hitler's one. There we go, my good pal Hitler's giving me tons of guns, which heavens knows I need. And then, hopefully you... Did you decline Italy joining the war on purpose? I thought they were asking me to join a war, which seemed bizarre. Why would they be asking me? Right, let's see what I can get out of you. You got any anti-air? God, does nobody build anti-air? At least they give me the artillery. Artillery is what I absolutely need above all else. I probably don't have a shortage of tanks, which is why they won't give me that. And they still won't give me the convoys. I suppose I'm doing alright on convoys these days, 181 of them. But more is more, and convoys never go out of date, so I always want more of them. They were asking to help in your war. Oh, right. Well, perhaps I should call them to arms then. Help us out here, Italy. Thousands of old-ass guns. Just what I need. So our units are marching on in. Hopefully we will come and crush through this. And hopefully we can make our way over to a supply point there, which is what we badly need. Yeah, we badly need to link up supply here. But I have every... Oh, Christ. You guys aren't actually helping out with us. In fact, you're getting slaughtered. How are they so much better than us? Should I be a bit worried? I'm certainly worried about you not holding there. Yeah, I mean, they are dug in like ticks. I don't think we're going to be taking that in a jiffy. You might need to go over and help them with that. Didn't expect that to be as rough as it is. The supply situation isn't that shabby over there either. I'm wondering if I would probably want to add you guys over onto this. I just did not expect Q8 to be as tough as it is. Alright, just in case that goes a little grim, I'm going to shove you over there. Right, we are pushing somewhat there. Hopefully Poland is just going to crumple like a pack of wet cards. Well, Danzig fell in 0 time at all. I don't think Poland's going to survive this particularly well. Don't waste your everything fighting on that. Wait, did you just... Well, I'll be damned. The French just decided to give part of Alsace-Lorraine over. Very generous of them, thanks to the level 10 fort. And the Italians should hopefully start brutalizing in Africa, but you never know with them. And it'd be such a nice opportunity to cut these people off, don't you think? You don't want to go there. You do not want to go there. Get up, get up, get up. Cut these people off. And don't you get yourself shot to shreds over there. How's my own everything looking here? I got more 10-2s ready to rock and roll. And I got these guys which are far less ready to rock and roll. That's okay for now. My big problem is going to be lack of artillery here. Ooh, don't want to have to handle that tank on my own. It's alright, lads. You can handle it. A lot of fronts to keep my eyes on. This is where Sweden was a much simpler operation. So we know there's a couple of them there. I'm surprised that you just can't go and ravage them yourselves. I mean, can you not? What if we just do this? It looks good, and we'll be shoving them straight out to the seas if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll have some backup garrisons coming in. I need to take this province here. And it looks like it's going successfully. Excellent. Hopefully we hold on to that, because I want to build my railway up to there. Shouldn't take long. Ongoing battle, we'll pause it. Well, that's fine. When there's not an ongoing battle, please get that done. Oh, I might lose it immediately. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. How could it go wrong? Also, I know it's a bit premature, but I want a transport plane. So I just want a transport plane so that I can go and beg for more transport planes down the line. Very pragmatic. Go and help out with that. Actually, go and help out with that. Wrong one. Always forget which kind of click it is to make that one work. There's the accursed tank. Also, I want to get that technology sharing going. Get that research slot. We're on the case. We were always on the case. Okay. Yeah, 12 units should be fine for this. Just got to keep moving on. Oh, don't move back. Oh, you immediately got kicked out of there. How unfortunate. Well, I barely have... Well, I don't really have any decent spearhead units for this kind of operation, so it's not surprising that I'm not able to just cut through. But that's alright. We will slowly and surely piece our way through whilst our beloved Axis friends... Oh, look at that. Good old Hitler as well on the way to Warsaw. And our temporary friends of the Soviet Union will be fine and on our side, no doubt. All infantry getting defense and organization. Sign me up. Hope I don't need that army experience for anything. But I'm still getting a hefty amount out of Japan, I'm sure. I've still got my attaché with them. Starting off another world war over a worthless wee piece of land? No, no, no. I'm not invading Scotland here. But it was Germany that started the war. They're after Danzig. They said Danzig or war. And the Poles, in their infinite wisdom, decided it's war then. I could probably just cut you guys off if I just stroll on in here, couldn't I? Not that way, not that way. Actually, keeping them pinned in there whilst I go around here would be awesome, especially if I don't let you get there. Well, I'm not sure exactly how awesome it would be, but I would like Aleppo. Why die for Aleppo? Yeah, no, it's not my time to be making little pockets here. Okay, at least you got this job well done, so you can be reassigned over to the Mr. Garrison order, which does include Q8, which means you guys don't really have much to do. Okay, good, we got that. In fact, dare I say, we linked it up. Oh, damn, that's nice. So surely supply won't be an issue here. It's just going to be hell on high water pushing through this awful terrain. How many losses have we taken already? Oh, I don't like it. Oh, my people certainly won't be liking it. That's okay though, the more we bleed, the more war participation we get. Now we are running with player-led peace conferences, but we've got a solution for this. When it comes to peace, I do not make the peace conference. I hand it over to a trusted member of the community, and they will be the one that decides it. And that could be you. If you're watching this thinking, oh, I can put together a good peace conference, then I'll happily give the save over to you when it's peace conference time, and you can piece one together. I wouldn't have much problem doing it myself, but then I'd be open to all sorts of accusations. And I'm not here to be having accusations. Alright, come on. Pin them down. Get Aleppo. We need Aleppo and we need to link it up. So, let's actually be ready for the link up. What's the best way to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or is there a better way to link up to this railway from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's going to be 5, however I cut it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to be 5. Might as well get started on it now then. And let's make sure it's top of the queue, because I do want my supplies, please. Rivers link up. No, I think rivers have a very, very small amount of supplies that they can put through, but I don't know. I'm not good at reading these things. Could just leave that at I'm not very good at reading. Still be true. Right, garrisons, like to see them all regular, which they are, and then there's you. You guys just need to fall back. Just get away from there. There's no need for you eating up valuable other people's supply. Holding this quite nicely. I'm surprised I'm doing so well against these jokers. Why are they so pathetic? So we're fighting against British Raj soldiers, which are nothing but infantry. So the fact that I am pounding them with artillery... Yeah, artillery, which I do have, and is not just a completely fabricated thing here, helps out. In about 4 days, I should finish off most... Ooh, insufficient convoys. Right, that's good. That means I could probably go and ask for convoys next. I bet German Reich has loads of convoys that they're not using, so I'll be getting myself that. Excellent. This is why State of War is very good for us. We can just keep begging and begging the other Axis members to give us stuff. Now, sadly, world tension isn't high enough to start getting goods out of America. I don't know if I ever could, but I want to try. It would be so amazing if I could beg from the arsenal of democracy to beat the cradle of democracy. That might not come out right. Doesn't matter. I want their stuff so gib. Oh, nice. Just march on in. Actually, if the coast is clear to Aleppo, I would really rather like you to get to Aleppo. It sucks having such slow units, though. I mean, I did get a lot of trucks. It's not unthinkable that I make a small motorized division purely for spearheading. How many trucks do I have going spare? Yeah, my other thought, though, is that what if I just keep burning trucks? That's going to be quite bad. I'll consider begging for trucks once this this delivery comes in through. Nice to see him adopt the micro-encirclement strats. So it's not that hot at times. Look at that. Look at that. But you can help out. I mean, you might not join... Ooh, wow. 2% chance of joining, and in you went. Right, bye-bye, Warsaw. Poland did not stand a chance. Your words, not mine, game. Honestly, though, who lives or manages a territory in such a volatile area and doesn't make preparation for war their top priority? The dum-dums, that's who. Right, hold off on that and attack together. You're not fighting well enough. Oh, speaking of not fighting well enough, at least you guys are keeping this guy pinned down, but oh yeah, no, we're meeting bad things here. I wanted to just march on through, but the British keep their units coming in. And you're going to find yourself in multiple fights, which is not going to be good for you either. Alright, well, at least I can grab this. Takes me one step closer to Aleppo, but there's a lot of stepping I have to do. Over here, we are all linked up. There's going to be a bit of a retooling period, but that's fine. Excellent. Carves can be marginally useful, maybe. I'm still short in artillery. In fact, I am hemorrhaging artillery. So, Papa Hitler. Delivery efficiency is at 100%. That's a shame, actually. In fact, it takes a long time for those Japanese to be getting their goods to me. Probably because I need so many convoys for it. Still, though, Germany, I request your lend-lease. And I'd like to be able to demand more things. I've got a lot of infantry equipment, so maybe I'm being a bit too gung-ho at demanding more of it. So let's try and focus on getting some trucks, shall we? How do I have so many tanks? I'm not short on flame tanks, am I? Wouldn't it specifically say, like, yeah, I am short on light flame tanks. It's a shame, I'd like to have more of those, but we will get them eventually. Well, we are making them. 2.5 a day, in fact. I would really like more trucks. And, of course, fighters and things. Wonder if I can demand transport planes. I doubt I could, because I probably need to have a... oh, this all counts as Middle East. Okay, then that's not a big deal. Even looks like we have air superiority. I suck at allies after everything you put me through. Okay, so... No airplanes in reserve. I need to make at least one of these transport planes out of nothing, which tickles my fancy. Okay, cavalry is simply faster infantry now, or still weaker for no reason. Cavalry's there for suppression, for being marginally faster, but more expensive. Right, so let's imagine we were making a load of motorized divisions. What are even my motorized divisions made of? Whoops. Nothing but trucks. I wouldn't want to have those because I'd need to rejig them. But I do want to tell Hitler that I am disastrously slow. Let's try that again. Disastrously low on trucks. And I know you're working in the Reich Autobahn, so surely you have some trucks in spare. So please, Mr. Hitler, give me my... Okay, well, he doesn't want to give me that. Oh, but... Oh, wow, he doesn't want to give me trucks. He must not have any trucks himself. Perhaps the best way to go about this is to look at their stockpile and see what I could demand. Wow, he's got a lot of guns. He doesn't have a lot of planes, but he's got loads of support equipment. There's no good reason he wouldn't give me support equipment. Is the problem that I have too much of it? Well, I don't have enough of a deficit of it. We can put it like that. So if I were to make it seem like I'm not particularly short on trucks as much as I am devilishly short on support equipment, maybe he would sing a different tune. He certainly does, but he doesn't want to give me the guns. And he probably doesn't have the artillery to give me. Ah, but then he won't give me the trucks, and I want the trucks. Please, Hitler, you have to understand. Trucks are the future for Persia. Must take enormous... Okay, I can't seem to get both. Well, then I have to make a call between trucks and support equipment. And I think I might go support equipment because I want to add more support companies to my everything. Trucks don't seem to be such a big deal. Yeah, I guess they are. Alright, bye-bye trucks. It was nice knowing you. Hitler, please give... You gonna give that? No. Please give support equipment. He won't give me guns. And he won't give me light tanks, but he'll certainly give me fighters and CAS. And convoys. Oh, that's brilliant. I need those convoys. Oh, all 8 of them. Still, 408 support equipment isn't that bad. I think we really have figured out how to play miners with this, at least in a logistical term, because there's no way I could produce as much as Hitler's giving me here. And that's even as a relatively chunky miner over here with Persia. Liberia. Liberia suddenly has a way to look forward. Nothing stopping you requesting one thing, coming back tomorrow and modifying it with a different fake deficit. That is true, isn't it? I don't know if he would stop giving me the other things. Well, we could try it, couldn't we? So, whoa, 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 let's not cancel people that are actually doing stuff here. So what if I were to shove all the trucks here, and then tomorrow we'll tell them otherwise. Poland is gone. Excellent news. It's not unthinkable to cut you guys off if I can make it through all here. Nice having air superiority over the Allies. A very unusual feeling as well, I might add. Yeah, Hitler, about that lend-lease, I could really do with some extra trucks. Maybe he just suddenly started using a lot more trucks and doesn't want to help me out there. Oh well, no point pushing the matter. The Italians still have to give us that artillery, and boy do I want that artillery. And then the Japanese, it's all looking fine, we'll leave it be. Although, if there's a bit of time on it, what if I told the Japanese that I really want their convoys as well? They surely have loads of them. Oh yeah! Could I have some support equipment? Oh no! Got some trucks. Oh yeah! You're the best. Hirohito, you are the best. Give me those Type 94s, whatever those are. We're even getting experience in the air here. Sweet. Oh, this is less sweet. The fighting's not going so well. Maybe we should hold for a bit. But they're going to just jump straight into the plan again, aren't they? What if I tell them to stop the plan? There we go. Stop the plan for now. Get into position. Get planning bonus. Feels bad though. These guys are clearly worn out a bit. But my own guys are very worn down. Alright. They're taking a new and enhanced route over to France. Now that they've dealt with Poland, Germany can go and gobble up France. Lovely to see it. And come on now, what are you doing? Take that, pin them down. One of you hold and help pin them down. What? What could it mean? Wait, I'm getting alerted on a naval invasion on Germany? I don't think that'll be a big problem. I think Stalin hates his guts. So when does Stalin get his attack on me through? There we go. You should have just backstabbed Stalin. USSR had no claim to this. Becomes occupied state, right? God knows what they're going to do to them. Enjoy it while it lasts, Bolsheviks. I'm wondering if I should have you guys train. Probably isn't worth the cost in... Actually, it's just a cost in these old crappy guns, of which we now actually have a fair few. A consideration, at least. Uh-oh. Oh, they're actually trying to break through on us. That's not very nice. It's all desert and mountains. What an unpleasant place to be. Ah, but that's a heavily ravaged French tank, which I would not mind ravaging myself. Well, I think they would mind, wouldn't they? Can you just pin him in place, please? I need to break through here, get Aleppo, and start, I don't know, going down the coastal route. They won't allow me that for sure, but I want to try. Losing that's no big deal as long as we move in here. Come on, get Aleppo. Aleppo is the priority here. Starting to wish I had more units on this line. But then again, the supply situation begs to differ. Now, keep that moving. Get me Aleppo, and we should have supply flowing. Any plans for Afghanistan? There's no reason for me to do anything with Afghanistan right now. It's just going to give me a bigger front against both the Raj and the Soviets for no real gain. I just kill most of my people running through there. And then I'd have to worry about occupying it. Oh, it's just nightmare from day one. Hang on. Did this lose half of its compliance when I occupied it there? Because I swear the stuff was at 100% before. Maybe that's how it works, but I thought when we were playing as Sweden that we were able to just inherit compliance. They need your help, buddy. I think I had that before, and now I don't. My poor, horrifically disorganized individuals here. Fortunately, we still own the air. Don't know if we're getting shot down at all, though. Nah, it doesn't seem so. I don't think they've brought in anti-air. Good. Knowing Jake, he'd miss... unless I got that big warm thing, I would definitely miss naval invasions. As in, I would not notice them happening, not that I would lament their loss. Right, come on, take this guy out. Don't just give them free land like that. Hey, welcome to Aleppo. Let's keep that moving over here. Top priority, get that supply moving, and then, well, somehow take this out. They've still got a really nice defensible position there, but if I trim this down a bit, I'll have less of a line to worry about. You can't reach the actual fighting with your planes, so your casts do nothing. Really? I thought all that mattered was that they were in the skies here for the region. Not that you needed to be in there for the individual fights. Well, if that's the case, then I really need to take over the airbase in Damascus. Who would have thought? I think you can just roll around there. I'm starting to really wish I just had just a little bit of trucks to push through. Just to be fast. Right, you know, well, let's do it. What's your problem here? Lack of trucks. Whoa, it takes more trucks than I thought to do these. Maybe I should have smaller motorized divisions. But I don't know, you need to be at least 10 width to be any use, don't you? So what if I duplicate you and just call you 5 trucks? Why is this called an update? I haven't changed anything. There we go, saves 5. Okay. And then I should probably get rid of the ones that I don't think I want to use anymore. Just nice to have them on the decommissioned list. So instead of that, we'll have our 5 trucks. Can't wait to have more trucks for them though. Ooh, man, yeah. They need a lot more trucks. You could build a cav division for a bit of speed, Jake. It's not particularly good, but it's faster. Yeah, it's not good enough in my opinion. Alright, good, as long as you're holding Aleppo and damn near everything else here. What about the other end? God, this is painful. The price of a mile is almost too high for this front. How many have I lost so far? Wow, losing almost as many as the Italians, that's grim. Also, we could just move in here and cut them off. What are you guys thinking? You there. Hold off that. Just march up here. Nobody has to know. This is where a bit of trucks would be handy. Trucks drive in, broom, that cuts them off. That's why I want some trucks. Everybody wants trucks, especially me. Dangerous naval invasion here? Well, how dangerous are a bunch of untrained... Wait, which of the places is it? Australia. Desert Fox? Ooh. Well, unfortunately, I don't think your 14 soft attack is going to beat our 295 defense. And despite not having shovels in these guys, they've got really good entrenchment thanks to Grand Battle Plan. So just that Grand Battle Plan is saving me a whole lot on support equipment, which I am using? Wow. I'm surprised at myself. God, I need artillery. Hitler, you got any spare artillery? Come on, you're meant to be the arsenal of fascism to make up for the other guy's arsenal of democracy. No, oddly enough, he does not. Italy? Oh, look at that. Italy's got 500 loads of them with my name on them. Has Italy already delivered? No, but they're about to deliver the last of our goods. It seems that I'm short on convoys, so I could actually go and change somebody's... Well, we'll wait until the Italian stuff arrives in 2 days and then go begging for more in true Persian fashion. Right, if I can go in there and just grab that, that'll be great. Get my planes to actually help out in the fighting. Well, no, it says enemy air superiority. So are you sure we're not hitting them with our CAS? Maybe air superiority is what affects the region, but CAS need to be specifically in range of the fight. I'll believe that. Air superiority is not CAS. Yeah, well, there we go. Used my enormous brain to figure it out, and I feel good about it already. Right, now we need to hold Damascus. You're not going to make that easy, are you? Get over there ASAP and start helping out in these fights. Is that going to make a difference here? These guys are melting, though. Verily melting. It's just a debuff to defense. CAS shows up in the terrain picture in the battle screen. I sure don't see them there. They're going to melt if they don't get a bit of support, if you please. You march on down. Ah, there we go. Unfortunately, well, it's desert. Desert's still a pain for anyone to deal with. Oh dear. Don't want to just leave this one open for them. Oh god, that's even worse. Please no. Please no. So what are these guys' problem? Probably just artillery and, yeah, the tanks as well. Of course, they're not getting all the goods when it's going on to the front line. The front line is gobbling them up. However, front line now has supply. Well, some of it does at least. How do you guys feel about marching on in around these guys, making a very budget pocket? I bet you feel great. But we need to make sure that we actually keep this pocket. You're coming in to help there. You're not providing enough support there, but it'll have to do. Try not to overstack your airports, Jake. Oh, crikey, I didn't think Damascus was that pathetic. Okay, in that case, you're the fighters. The fighters should stay back here. And then the CAS can help out there. Still don't see the fighters in the sky, and we're the ones getting obliterated, sadly. Uh-oh. Don't let him in like that. He's not allowed that. You there. I'd hate to just give up this place, but do you think that you could go in there and secure the pocket? You take care over with that fight. You stop doing that, please. Oh, no. You gotta go there. You stop with that. Come on, budget pocket. Keep them all pinned down. And finally, we've got a real country's amount of research slots, 4. And if you ever get 50 factories, we can have 5. Is supply motorized already? Not that it would help right now. It is. It absolutely is. With a whole load of other people's trucks. What can we do that'll actually help our nation right now? It's 1939. We're working on everything we can here. I'm already working on radios. Getting some better well, again, I just borrow other people's fighters, so I don't see a point in... Can you request fighters that are... Or can you request equipment that is beyond your own technology? For example, if I don't ever research weapons 2, can I still request weapons 2? When you request, you just request weapons, so... Surely they'll just give you whatever. Anyway, I want your stuff. I don't know. If you don't know about it, you can't lend-lease it. But this still says infantry equipment. Yes, you can, but people will probably give you the stuff they don't use, pretty much. Can you license then lend-lease? Oh, that would be cool. Oh, nice. Italy will continue to give us what we need. Man, I knew we could rely on Italy. The real arsenal of fascism, Mussolini. How are you looking there, Japan? They're still waiting to give us that artillery, although it's not a lot of it. And those trucks. Where the hell are those trucks? I'm waiting on those forever. Boy, oh boy. Now that's a budget encirclement. Now keep them pinned in there. Don't let them know just how bad things are elsewhere. Multi-directions, all that stuff. But I think this is the point where it's better to hold and then re-attack, right? That way they can attack as one. Oh, right. That includes you. Whatever, go and help out. And you should definitely be holding there. You might want to improve workers' thingamajiggers. Oh yeah, why is our stability so low? Well, being at war won't help, but otherwise, that's a bit grim. War propaganda is good for war support. Again, where'd my war support go? Ah, right, being in an offensive war doesn't help. Right, well, we don't like the British Raj. We're trying to tear them down. And the worker conditions... Yeah, I mean, we don't output that much anyway. Good to get that stability up. Good to also... Well, we've made some good pushing here. Look at that, we've taken over Baluchistan. I'm certainly looking at that, and I feel like our losses haven't been all that barbaric either. Also, skimping on this focus, but what would I even focus on? 2 air bases in Tehran. Not sold on it personally. Making doctrines cheaper seems really good. Let's get that. Love the doctrine bonuses. It's really good that they strip doctrine away from research. Okay. What else am I looking at? Again, I just beg, borrow, and steal my light tanks, so I don't think that's worth my time. I dream of the day of producing my own better artillery, but I really think when it comes to that kind of equipment, just beg, borrow, and steal it. I gotta focus on the bigger pictures here. Fuel silo. Don't really have building space for it. I might grab this anyway because I know I'm going to need this and this. Yeah. You can cut off their supply. So, supply situation here. It all flows out of Delhi, so anything I cut off from Delhi is good. In fact, snipping you there and there is going to leave a real shortage of everything around here. Oh yeah, I had you guys walking up here, didn't I? And now you're sitting around just smelling your own farts. Go and take that then. At least half of you take that, and you take that as a buffer part. And the rest of you, I'll just end up wondering why in God's name you're not doing much. What is with the patheticness of the British Raj? Where's their army? Why am I just marching on in here like I don't care? Intermittent text between artillery models boosts your artillery soft attack. I do want that arty. Oh, hang on, does this one... Nah, that's all anti-air stuff. But it is anti-air bombing damage reduction. Yeah, I'm not going to never take this, I'm just not making it a priority because I doubt I'd be creating much of it. Right, you're going to wear yourself out on that, don't just give it all up to them. And you don't have a whole lot going on, so you might as well try to cut off their supplies. Doesn't look particularly great for them as it is. Oh boy, down they go. I am not ending my attaché with Japan. They give me so much experience, it's unreal. Can't have the colonial army outnumber the British army. Well, the British army is about to get that much smaller here. I get it, I'm just, like, destroying their... Oh god, Germany, this is the worst offensive I've ever seen in the Low Countries. What the hell is this? Oh jeez. Maybe he's going, I don't know how or why, but for some reason we seem disastrously short on guns. He's probably missing equipment. His units are fine. Speaking of equipment, how are we looking? Good on the infantry equipment. Sure wish I was making more people with that. Where the heck are my trucks? You've only sent me 9.8% of those trucks I demanded, Japan. Yeah, some people just really blow at sending me all that stuff that I want. We Persians will remember this. Okay, wow, that was... I feel like that was a really, really good move by me. Even though I didn't have a lot of anything with which to do it. We cut our own front line down massively, and we encircled and destroyed a lot of these French and British divisions. Okay, half a dozen is hardly a lot. It's not going to make the top 10 encirclement compilation videos on YouTube, but given what we had to work with, I'm pretty happy with that. Splat! Splat. There we go. I think you guys are way low on planning by now, but look at them, they are way low on org. Damascus can fall today. And this plan needs to go and be replaced by another somewhat better plan. Come on, all the way down to the Nile. Well, the Nile estuary. Hey, you want to go further down the Nile? Be my guest. And maybe I should keep it active. Keep up the pressure if you can. Come on, those guys don't know what hit them. The German army is stalling in the Ardennes, but don't worry, we've got 6 allied divisions in Syria. See? Glad you understand. I know I do. Smell the sulfur in the air. Smells good. What else? What else? Still a couple months away from doing that. I think I will get my support weapons already. Okay, Damascus, we're coming on in. These guys are disastrously low on org. Don't pass up the opportunity. Keep laying waste. These guys are about to be cut off. Excellent. How's the supply situation? Grim, but we're retooling. And they have a supply point in Damascus. So, okay, good. We're just marching into Damascus. Hopefully nobody's going to stop us there. Dangerous Iranian naval invasion. But don't worry, we have got the Division di Fanteria Sforzesca. Italians haven't just sent us loads of equipment, but they sent us the cream of the crop. Also, those Aussies just do not know how to mount an offensive to save their life. I, however, know how to secure myself a supply hub. And, ooh, right. It goes up through there, huh? It might be in my best interests to manually link you up here. Just in case I don't take that in time, I want to have that stuck together. Have that top of the pile. Although I can't help but feel if I just had my people fill this out, I could just go up and snip you. No one's trying to stop me even. Go on then. Go on. I have a feeling that rushing into here is not working in my benefit, however. But I do want them nailed down. I don't know how players can keep an eye on all these things at once. It's hell on high water. I don't use air experience for anything, so I might as well help with that. On Damascus, Damascus, give me Damascus, no! Now they appeared from here, so I couldn't exactly have pinned anyone down. But there we go, Damascus is ours. Gives us a bit of insulation on the air base. Not from here, but that's okay, I'm sure we'll have it. Cease pinning them down, and instead denormalize them. Actually, you could have helped out there as well, couldn't you? But oh, just imagine cutting on. Well, no need to imagine. The fight is happening. It'll be retooled, the supply will move along with us, and all will be well. We've just navally landed in Alexandria with our 0 ships. What, is somebody suggesting that I naval invade down here? I don't even have naval invasion technology. Come on, Germany, it's Belgium. They don't even really exist. Oh, wow. I wonder who stole all of the German planes such that they can't get air superiority over there. My manpower situation looks pretty good, though. Ooh, this also looks pretty good. Oh, sweet. Queta's not going to enjoy that, and I am. This seems really, really bad allocation of firepower. Stop that. Stop that. Do this. There we go. They don't have a hope in hell of getting through our entrenchment, even if I don't give my people shovels. Feels good. I'd love to go and take that, but I don't want to surrender Damascus without a fight. I just see my units getting into position. And I need these guys to actually get their artillery. Yeah, most of them have got no artillery, no flame tanks. We're still working on those flame tanks though, right? Yeah. #1 priority with all our military factories. I hope to someday have another one. Invading India is pretty brave, says Nix. Well, I mean, there are people here, people that would gladly fight for me. We are doing civilian oversight, right? Dang right we are. It's going to be good for building up that compliance. I will want lots and lots of compliance. 12 million people in Rajasthan. India is not a real opponent in the early stage of the war. The Commonwealth is spread out way too thin. It is thin, but it's not like my own forces are thick. What would be quite nice is that... Oh my god, Italy's not losing in North Africa? What am I looking at? Still, this is good. That keeps the pressure off of me. If I could just get down and snip this, then I can focus my everything on India. Because India is going to be a huge front if I'm able to push it through. But if I get India... Does India even have many resources? Oh, that's sad. It's not too sad, though, but I gotta push my way down. I suppose the resource that they have here is population. Delhi's, what, 40 million? 32 million. That could be my millions. Also, I don't know what it takes for Raj to capitulate, but if they're an easy one to capitulate, that's good for me. Or do they not count? It's still 20% or less, what a shame. Also, they have that really annoying government in exile stuff that just keeps boosting up resistance. You need to basically take everything for the Raj. Well, good thing I want everything. Come on, Damascus, give me that supply. I want that supply. Starting to wonder if I shouldn't have these guys on aggressive... Oh, wow, you guys are gone. You guys are gone o'clock. Just everybody on them. Wipe them out. Low supply. When does it start saying they're encircled? Or does that only happen in certain conditions? Because they look pretty encircled to me. Maybe it has to be cut off on all sides or hostile on all sides. I wouldn't know, but I do know that I want Quetta. More supply, more better. You could build a port on the El Amin for the Italians. Their supply is terrible. Well, that sounds like an Italian problem. Where even are the Italians? I'm not going to claim to know where the El Alamein is. And I won't try to figure it out. Okay, move over there. Cut them off in Beirut. Oh, well. Stop reinforcements coming in then. So, German Reich, probably very angry that they have failed to take Brussels, have decided the next step is to take over Amsterdam. That one tile wide choke point in Egypt. You mean this one? That's fine. I wouldn't want them pushing too hard. I mean, I want Cairo. I don't want them to get Cairo. We have to be pragmatic about these things. Holy moly, what's your story here? Maybe you can help out a touch. I'm sure it'll go green eventually. There we go. Probably when the others arrive. If the others ever arrive. An agreeable situation here. I should queue up more things so that I don't end up wasting my factories on repairs. But what would I even queue up at this point? More military factories are always good military factories. And Baghdad, oh my goodness, why all the resistance? Yeah, my low stability doesn't help. How do I boost stability? Weekly change is going up, which is nice, probably from the workers thing. War support is going up, which is always nice. Don't let up, we need this. We don't need this, it's a useless piece of rock, but I do want to keep pushing. More take, more better. Wow, our strength has gone up whilst theirs has gone down. Ooh, god, they're probably waiting on some reinforcements coming in. I hope it's not artillery. I'll give you all the guns you want, but you can't get much else. This is a crying shame. I want more, but I'm in desperate need of artillery. Hitler, you got any spare artillery, or are you just getting rid of all yours on the lowlanders? Yeah, see, Mussolini's always got more for me. Mussolini, are you done sending me goodies? Yeah, apparently there's more they want to be sending me. Well, give it about 8 days or so, and then cancel all my lend-leases and demand them once more. Demand them, as if I'm in the position to be demanding lend-lease. This is looking good, though. I really think it should be set to aggressive. I mean, just look at how well we're performing on this. There's no need to wait for others to get their job done before we move in for more of ours. He says, losing that property so easily. Why did Germany send me a call to arms? We're all in the same bleeding war, Hitler. Take your meds. Germany is taking France on about as well as the average HoI4 player does. It's the easiest thing in the world. Take Paris. France dies. It's just flat, undefended land all the way. How in God's name is Germany stalling out? And Italy's pushing here. I think it's opposite day. Oh, nice. Supply. Oh, God, I love supply. However, I do not love being navally invaded, so if you could kindly also ensure that we don't get that. Maybe I should queue up more garrisons. At least garrisons only need men and guns. Yeah, I get to that point and you start clawing at me for military equipment. But maybe that's for the better. If I have a deficit on military equipment, they'll want to send me more. So maybe I should just queue up as many of those as I can. Can always pull them back if need be. How can Germany not take Paris? Jake's troops laughing at them with German tanks. These are not German tanks, okay? We have a dedicated production line to taking a high-pressure hose and spraying off all of the German, Japanese, and Italian insignia to rebrand them as authentic, assembled in Persia flame tanks. Don't you dare be telling me I'm using German tanks in the front line. These are assembled in Great Persia. I wonder if these guys would just be split off like that. Actually, in a way, they kind of... Oh, no, they've got this. They've got supplies coming in. I think I'll leave it to the battle plan. Anything I do will probably muck it up worse. You don't automatically end up in every war they declare, even against the same faction. That's why they can try and call you in. Okay. Ooh. Nationalist Spain wants to give me destroyers? Hungary wants to give me stuff? Well, if they're willing to give me some stuff, surely they're willing to give me a lot more stuff. Hungary, I don't just want whatever you're talking about there. I want... Oh, well, I want but can't have those. I don't have a deficit in trains. I want anti-air, for God's sake. Nobody wants to give me anti-air. Oh, but I don't even know if you have anti-air. What do you have? I don't have enough intel on Hungary to know what they have. Okay, well I want trucks. I have trucks. Okay, give me guns and... They won't even give me guns. Maybe I am but just better taking what they say they'll give me. Ah, they have way too much base reluctance. I don't have a good enough opinion to demand it, but all is well enough for them to give it. Well, I should take it. It's probably going to be the same story with nationalist Spain. If I wanted to request their lend-lease. Yeah, relations too low. Well then. Oh, and it's monthly. Well, absolutely give me that, please. Gee, I wonder who else would be really nice to me. Should I start upping my relations with America and Stalin already? I haven't passed those 8 days yet, have I? No, another 4 days. But oh my goodness, everybody wants to invest in Persia. I'm so much better than Eastern Poland. What the heck is the hold-up, guys? They are ravaged. We have supply. You are told to go aggressive. Now, go. And if you won't go, I'll tell you to go. There we go, go. Don't give them anywhere to retreat to. Keep them pinned down. Give them the very, very budget encirclement. And breakthrough? Yes, please. Not enough manpower or equipment for garrisons. How can this be? Garrisons should have maximum priority on this. Garrisons and reinforcements share that. They share the need for infantry equipment, and the need is dire. It'll be fine. I shouldn't worry about that, so I won't. I love budget encirclement. So do they, it seems. Trying to invade once again shouldn't be a problem. We have all that under wraps. Oh my goodness. Keep going, keep going. Nah, I saw them moving south of Tel Aviv. This won't be a freebie. Still though, that was a good chunk of land to just take for nothing. And I should certainly be taking man. Oh, you are taking man? Great, we need that supply. We don't need guns against melted Brits, apparently. He likes it. He likes it because it's true. Is there another airbase around here? Do I have that? My casts are already in range, but I don't see any problem in taking them more into range. You should add the west coast to the garrison order. I already did. Do I have my one transport plane yet, by the way? No. When's my transport plane ready? On the 9th of January, I can start begging for transport planes. Frankly, I can't wait. By the way, Japan, let's get rid of this lend-lease. Why do you love me so much? Okay, I improved relations. I did that more than I imagined I did then. Germany, you've sent me a load already, so let's just end the lend-lease. I'm just going to keep calling it land-lease, I think. Makes more sense to me. See, when I first heard the term, I thought it was land-lease, and I assumed that the deal was America says, here are the guns, but you have to give us land later on, hence the land-lease. Now, evidently, well, maybe that wasn't the case. Sounds like a good deal to me, though. Land-lease is what you get from your enemies. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, Mussolini, you've been great to me, but I'm just going to cancel all this, and tomorrow I'll come begging once more. There, everything's getting a bit tighter here. Not a big fan. But what if we just walk down here, lads? No one's going to stop us now. Land-lease is also what the USSR did to the Baltics. This is not going well for you guys. You're just taking loads of losses. Although, still fewer losses than the Germans, and certainly a lot fewer than the Italians. But this is looking bad. They're starting to actually build up an army here and resist me. I didn't sign up to be resisted here. I might have to deploy my horrifically bad units here. I might even have to deploy my garrisons over here, just to have troops to flesh out the lines. Oh, thank God, finally. Good job, Germany. This means Germany just got a sudden influx of guns and other crap. Which, are any of these anti-air? Does he just not believe in anti-air? Yeah, look at all those guns that should be mine. You've got to give it to me, Germany. I'll go begging for them. Oh, already? Has it already been 24 hours? Well then, time to get begging. Germany, you see all those goods? I need all those goods. Give me your artillery. What do you mean, no? Don't say no, say yes. Well, give me your infantry equipment then. And your I really need those trucks, you know. I do have a deficit of trucks, so I know that there's no jiggery-pokery I can do there. Fighters and casts, always. And nah. I do have plenty of convoys, to be fair. Probably more than I had as Sweden for some time. Italianos. Wait, if I let this pass... Oh my god, 5,585. I just wish I knew what that was. Give me like an icon or something, so at least... It's probably weapons 1, but... I just don't know all these numbers. Oh my goodness. Mussolini's always there for me. Trucks, artillery, guns. We got the lot. Cass, fight. Oh my god, I love Mussolini. I love you, you baby-faced Italian. Give it all to me. And Hirohito? It's a shame they only do one-offs. Is it so hard for them to just give me monthly stuff? Half of this campaign is just begging to other people for their stuff. That might be a running theme with playing miners in the future. Caesar's bailouts are more generous than ever before. Okay. Oh my. I don't think I've had the opportunity to play it on... Well, I've certainly had the opportunity, but I never thought to do it. But now Baron has reminded me. So this, I suppose, will be what Mussolini is saying to me. And apologies if this is massively too loud.
You again!
Ah, so good. I need to have that as some kind of notification for me. Oh, so sorry, Tel Aviv, except I'm not sorry. Die. I got a lot of jokes for this situation, but I have a funny feeling they wouldn't be taken as jokes. Ooh, welcome, welcome, Hungary. You've joined the big boy gang. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Now I can start dictating, or at least, well, not dictating, but deciding how unfair the lend-lease is going to be. Jake, look at your field marshal. Please be a logistic thing. No. Organization, charismatic. None of that looks good. In fact, it all looks pretty bad. However, I am capped on telephone mana. So maybe recovery rate to get that org back? Probably. There you go then. Could really do with some kind of alert up here. Forgive me for not noticing a 7x7 pixel alert on his portrait. Insufficient resources. Well, tell me something I don't know. Man, I can't believe we're having a successful push down to Cairo. And what I truly can't believe is that the Italians are there already. However, I have a feeling that if I march into Cairo from this side, it's going to go over to Italian occupation, which would disgust me. But I suppose I do owe Caesar something. So what do we have? Caesar, Kaiser, and Emperor? I'll go with that. If only we had message settings. Nah, that's futuristic stuff right there, Max. Nobody's got that. I can't believe my awful, awful Persian troops are winning. I suppose they're not awful. They are reinforced and galvanized with German technology. Still buggers belief, though. I don't think Italy will give it, but it's worth a shot. Oh yeah, I could always ask, but with all my occupations here, they're going to say, oh, you've got an unfair amount of occupation. It's not like Italy has a lot of it here. Okay, wow, this is a successful push. There's no way they're going to stop me going all the way to Cairo. So there's no point having you stop dead here. We need to bring you all the way out. Keep it going aggressively. No reason to stop or even slow down. If you make it to Cairo before they get a border with it, it's 100% yours. Really? I didn't think the game shared occupancy like that. I might have to stop this plan. We're spread too thin, and we're only going to get spread thinner the more we push. Unless I add more to it. But what am I going to add to it? Untrained garrison divisions? Even there, though, I lack the guns. We're in the age of scarcity. Well, no, I can add to it once we get down here. I'll leave it to Italy to defend this. Which might be all the better reason to just let Italy have Cairo. It doesn't have resources, it just has lots of people for me to squeeze. And I want to squeeze them. Nah, I'm sure Italy will hold this for me. Or I can just set up a very small line to defend in the best provinces. It's all desert, and is desert good for defense? Supply truck attrition goes way up, but... Attack 50%. Oh, wait, desert doesn't hurt attack as much as I thought it would. Anyway, just find the thinnest point that has a supply point on it, like you. And that's just 3 provinces wide. Bish bash bosh. Might want to make a small defensive division to man quiet parts of the front and only attack with your main division. That's what my garrisons are here for. It's only 10 wide? Should only... Oh wow, it's 12 wide. Doesn't need to be that. Anyway, that's what they are. It's just men with guns. The problem is, I don't even have enough guns anymore. But that's okay. Once I have finished this push, I'll at least be down to a war on one front. At least until, you know, the bear wakes up and goes, ooh, shouldn't have Persia on my border. Or even worse, Turkey joins the Allies. Ooh. Yeah, well, we're taking the Suez in 1939 as Persia. A lot easier than Sweden took it in, what, 1945? Maybe later? Can't claim to remember. Come on, lads. Push, 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 push. You've got cast, you've got the air, you've got the everything. You've got the touch, you've got the power. So glad I'm defending Q8 here. They're sending in chunky divisions, it's just... they're not going to beat me like that. Come on, push across, push across, push across. Wait, maybe part of the problem is that... active fighters here. I think I should be attaching you specifically here. I can also give you a lovely trait. Infantry expert? I'm still heavy on infantry, so I should probably just give you that. Hang on, ambusher. No, you're going to be my offensive guy, so there you go. Now again, infantry attack does make mechanized and motorized better. It's just leg infantry that it doesn't apply to. I'm just saying that to reassure myself more than anything. Oh, it's so good seeing that supply situation looking good. Look at this! Somebody said that taking over India would be a logistical nightmare. Oh my goodness. Could wash your face in that rich blue. Come on, go, go, go. Do not let the Italians take it. Oh, damn, we're the same bleeding colour. We had this problem with Sweden before, didn't we? Yeah, I think it was France and Sweden. Not very far into India yet. Oh, we'll get further when I can rearrange the front line. The Raj has cost us more than the UK and France put together. How have I lost anything to the Dutch East Indies? Maybe I had a naval invasion from them. Okay, well, this is pushing. It's just not pushing particularly well. Probably costing me a bunch of goods. What's the problem here? Trucks needed 480. Trucks available 71. So that doesn't look so great. But the supply is looking alright, so let's not worry about it too much. You're bleeding men and equipment if they're set to aggressive. They certainly are, and they certainly are bleeding. I'm thinking my best option might be just hold off on that. Stop doing what you're doing. Everybody there, just hold, get the line. I'll have reinforcements soon. The unfortunate thing is I suppose that's going to stop them from just pushing through when there's nothing there. I mean, here, for example, you can just walk over and take that. Nothing's stopping you. It doesn't even enlarge the line. The same here. Same here, same everywhere. Is it time to become the micro god? The tiny little god. Some might say yes. Oh, but unaggressive means that I think they push out regardless. Well... Look, Cairo is the focus right now. Get me Cairo or get me death. Also, I would quite like Alexandria. Just putting that one out there. Oh boy, that's a Cairo, alright. And this is now owned by the new Persian Empire. Well, that's good. It's another bunch of people that I can squeeze for manpower. Did Germany just attack Norway before France fell? That should work well. It looks like France will be falling soon enough. Just look at this. Speaking of things falling, I would like a bit more lend-lease to just fall onto my lap here. Anybody got some stuff they could still give over to me? Hungary joined us. In 3 days I should get their stuff and then I can go and beg Hungary for more. Hungary's been sitting doing a whole lot of nothing for a while. Surely they can afford to give me some gibs. Come on, I want Alexandria. Don't give it to Caesar. Caesar doesn't deserve it. I do. I fought this war using his guns. Oh wow, they've made a terrible mistake getting themselves caught up in Alexandria. Although I'm going to make a mistake if I push that too hard. Do not let them ruin our movement here, please. Wish I knew how fast he's going to make it. Come on, stop it. There we go, go. Lovely. Oh, he loves to see it. Alright. We love it all, but let's stop being so aggressive. Also, let's make sure that you are continuing to hold this stuff. Ooh, that might be a bit aggressive, but Well, suddenly you need a lot more divisions than you have. So I'm going to have to take my garrison and tell you to... Wait, I can... Oh, of course I annex Baghdad. How do I add you to these guys? Is it possible to add them directly into a order like that? Oh, yeah, I can click on them down there. That's sweet. In that case... Sorry, newbies, but I need people here. Let's get rid of that. And does that mean you have the people working on it? Yeah, they do. Good. Off you trot. I'm running solo on everything to continue this offensive, but we must continue to try. I want Alexandria, and I want a thin sliver here to easily defend. And my god, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Italy winning in North Africa. I'm under the impression that Italy never wins in North Africa. Is that a mistaken impression? I'm obviously not a Hearts of Iron elite, but it just feels like a situation that Italy does not come out on top for. Alright, come on, I want Alexandria. Do not give it to our good friend Mussolini. Nanjing, well, that's good. Everything that Japan does well is good for me. Good for me to go begging for more stuff. Speaking of begging, Hungary, we have an arrangement. An arrangement that, unfortunately, you were the one that decided... Oh, wait, no, it's monthly. Maybe I shouldn't modify it. But what if I were to simply add to it? Ah, oh, come on. Don't be like that. Wow, he really doesn't want to give me stuff, does he? Convoys, even? Well, it seems prudent to keep this since it's coming in monthly, so let's leave it at that. Very nice of Nationalist Spain to give me more stuff as well, though. You did pull half the Brits away from their front. True. But come on, they're just crummy colonial garrison units. How can that really contribute to the fight? Maybe that's not a great fight to have. Maybe think a bit more carefully about it. I feel like this isn't all my units in the area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 12 here. Where are the rest of them? Oh god, you're eating them. Ah, that goes a way to explain it. I didn't think it would divide them between it. Oh, I see. When this got split, they had to reassign all the people, so some of them are just marching on over, huh? Doesn't matter though, Alexandria falls, this gets pushed out, and like 3 or 6 units should be able to hold this, no problem. Yeah, I suppose I should put down a separate... Hold on, I got you hanging around, don't I? You don't do much, but I could hand you over. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Right, you're getting rid of that, and you are now being assigned to this front line, which will be extended down. Come on. No! Yes! Thank you, Italy, for taking it in the name of the new Persian Empire. I will happily squeeze out that 2 units of oil and 2% of 4 million people. Well, no. 10% of... 5% of... No, actually, 12% of 2% of them. Ah, but there's also another minus 80% on non-core, and then... Screw it, I can't... This is not a very user-friendly thing to read. How many people do I get out of this? 48,000, thank you. Maths is indeed hard. Right, you should be getting cut off here really easily. This is now 7 divisions, which I hope is all of you get. Yeah, it even shows there. So I want you to now get rid of that crappy little order. And your new order is to make me a really tight as a tiger line. And unless there are some amazing population centers or resources here, of which there are neither... I think I'd have control of this if I just held this city, so that's good enough. 8 oil's nae bad, but Africa's just... Why is there nothing in Africa? It's a big place. Surely there are some resources. South Africa doesn't count. Well, it's bound to be there. It's just not... there's nothing set up to exploit it. Anyway, my colonial ventures aside, we have to go and finish this. Got ourselves a radio. You guys are moving over there for reasons unknown. Maybe I should pin you down. Seems like a delightfully devilish thing to do. And then if you could just be stuck where you are, that's even better. Then Swift get. In fact, how about I do that? Then you are double knackered. You are absolutely taken to the knacker yard. Well, maybe I should give you a bit of time to enjoy being out of supply. Come on, lads. Got places to be here. Send the limeys back to where they belong. Supply situation isn't so great up there now, is it? Money is manpower. Yeah, there's no money. Money doesn't make sense as a thing for this. Yeah, I need to start thinking about other support companies that I want, because I am starting to get a fair bit of support equipment. Logistics is always nice, but they need trucks. I don't have a lot of trucks. I don't put a lot of stock into recon, although people do tell me it's great. I will eventually want military police for my garrisons, but then I'm just substituting guns for support equipment. Don't know. Do not know. You can research the computers. Oh my goodness, it is 1940. Well, let's get that research speed. It was mostly for diplomacy or upkeep of industry or armies. At times, thank God it's gone. I don't think money would be a very fitting resource to be having here. Right, all of this looks very well taken care of with the garrison. He only needs 11, and he's got 19 units for it. But I'd rather he has more than fewer. That means if he has to move anyone around for whatever reason, he's not going to find himself out of pocket over it. Haven't added anything for the army. Is there one of these that is just like the go-to? Because it's all just blah to me. Experience gain, cavalry attack, political power gain. But surely you'd rather just liquidate this into making your armies fight better. Naval invasion, planning speed, entrenchment, railway... Oh man, I should think about railway guns at some point. If there is one go-to, it's quick improvisation, but tip of the spear is better for naval invasions. Planning speed up, commander ability cost down. What about this? Flexible, reserve... Ooh, logistical focus sounds really good. Supply just straight up down. That sounds amazing. Victory or death. Organization loss goes down. That also sounds great. Oh yeah, I do not know. They all sound good. And it's hard to even know what my long-term strategy is going to be on the front lines, because I'm just scraping by on everything. Although, kudos to the latest shipment of guns, the VZ-24s. Wait, that's not the one. It looks like the Carsano M38s. That sounds Italian. Thank you, Mussolini. I worship the ground you walk on. But I'm still not giving you Alexandria or Cairo. Your Mediterranean ambitions can get bent. Okay, well, he's actually sent me all of his stuff, so I could go crawling back to Mussolini and make some slight modifications to the lend-lease. Anybody else sent me all of their stuff? Oh yeah, Germany has. Nice, right, cancel both of those, and then consider... Anybody else willing to give me stuff? Lend-lease should... Requesting lend-lease should cost a resource. Maybe political power, maybe... Actually, political power makes the most sense out of this. Potentially command power, but it shouldn't be free. It should be free to give, not free to request, but that's just my 2 cents on the matter. By the way, eliminate these. Like money? No, not like money. Doctrine effort is nice, get me that. Okay, so assault or infiltration. Again, I have no way of knowing... Well, I could read them and figure out which is better, but let's see. Leg infantry... Armored car organization? What? Supply consumption -10. Now we're talking. Night attack bonus. That's like a 12.5% bonus to our everything. Okay, what does the left have? All org up? That sounds nice. Max planning up? I don't tend to do that much planning. Army breakthrough? I still don't understand how good breakthrough is. Assault equals mechanized. I don't think I'm going to be affording any mechanization here, so let's go and get ourselves the leg infantry. All those legs that our trucks have. Still, might immediately come into play here. Come on, lads, what the hell are you waiting around for? Push! You don't need to be there, you need to push. Wow. Eliminated. How has this whole front looked for us anyway? We have won 69% of our engagements. We've lost 76,000 people. What about the equipment losses? Yeesh, I missed that artillery. Oh god, it's mostly been to attrition. Holy crapola, that's grim. Maybe I should get the companies that fix things, the wrench company. It's a consideration. I want more doctrine, by the way. Breakthrough is basically the same as defense, only you're attacking. Okay, but what does defense do? Oh, finally! Finally! Germany has made it to Paris. Why did they declare war on Norway before Denmark? Surely Denmark should just be paved through. The German Reich seems unstoppable. Excellent. Bye-bye, Paris. Oh, right. Begging. Yes. Mussolini. I come to you bearing the gift of my presence. And whilst being here, I request your... Oh, wow. Hang on, didn't I finally get a bit of guns? Maybe that's why he thinks I don't deserve guns. I did get guns. Hey, you know what? Even my trucks are filling up with trucks here. This is a happy time. I will eventually want more of these, but my god, do I not have artillery. Starting to regret putting artillery in as a main piece. I think I should just have more garrisons. At least they only use guns. Well, guns and men. Still, that aside, that didn't even eat up all my guns. Dang. Well, of course, you could say, why do you want more guns if you don't need them? It's always better to have more. You'd think you'd understand that. There we go, that's good enough to get out of you. As for you, again, you probably also say that I don't need or deserve these guns. But god do I need artillery, and god does no one want to give me artillery. Hang on, it's January. You know what January means? I finished my one transport plane. Right, now for the cheeky bugger move. I am short 999 transport planes. Please, comrade, you must help. Oh, you're attached to the army, should be fine. If anything, then the fighters should also be attached to the army. Although I don't know which army, which side of the army they'd go and help. Okay, Italy's starting to slow down on the stuff that they're giving me, unfortunately. But, do you not have any transport planes? What's your story? It would be kind of weird if he did have stockpiled transport planes, or if he ever actually made... God, which of these are transport planes? I don't know. Why does he have so many different kinds of support equipment? The Ju-52. And he has none of them. What about the how does it look? Does it even... doesn't even tell me what kind of plane it is. You really gotta know your stuff to suss this out. Yeah, I wonder if Mussolini has any for me. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I will get them eventually. For now, however, I request your support equipment and your planes. And your convoy? No, convoys is too cheeky. Getting my hands on artillery is going to be difficult. I should really Be focusing on making more of it myself since I need it so badly. To that extent, maybe I should finally research that better artillery. I'm not on it yet, but I will be. According to the current gun collectors and Easy Peters, Carson rifles are one of the best quality rifles in the category of bolt-action rifles for hunting or long-distance shooting. Prices go through the roof. Well, that's not what we're doing in this engagement, I'm sad to say. Good call. Blitz through Denmark. That's what you get for not defending the Kiel Canal. Denmark gets involved. Nothing new or surprising there. What's new and surprising is that you... Oh god, it's Italians. Wow. I got some free French crap. That is great news. Thanks for the guns. Thanks for the 5 trains. And I don't really know what half of this crap is, but maybe they're transport planes. Also, I don't need to keep making transport planes. 1 was plenty, so let's just cancel that. And that allows us to make more artillery, which I desperately do need. Even said in brackets what stuff that was on the tooltip. Okay, well, I didn't read it then. But I'm quite certain it did not include more transport planes. How I wish it did. Oh no, not Rudolf Hess! Why did he go to Scotland? It's a death sentence as it is. Not the biggest fans of Germans, the Scots. Right, there we go. This should be fine enough to hold. I don't know if just you guys on your own will be enough, but you do have support artillery. Tiny amount of it. And you have Italian support as well, so you no longer have a front line here. You all need to strategically hold and redeploy over to this line. And then it's time for the British Raj to fall. Well, I gotta say that was one hell of a good... wait, why is this Vichy France? Correct me if I'm incorrect, but when France falls, this becomes Free France. That's what it became when we played before. Don't understand. This is a special event. Free France ain't so free now. Free France and Vichy got reworked. Free France claws itself back into power slowly. Okay, but I'm pretty sure this was just Free France. Well, whatever. Nice to see that Vichy got that. No, this was Free France when we were playing before, when we were Sweden. I am all but certain that was the case. But all but certain isn't certain. I wouldn't trust me. Why are you guys saying you have a plan? Oh, no, 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 Italy. Do not push this line. I don't have units to help you with that. Oh, Italy. Well, you push it, you keep it. Does that mean that I could have these guys just on a fallback line here so I don't have to care about it? Yeah, Legendary Marvin's pointing out that I could do the fallback line instead. Think I will. I can't trust Mussolini to hold what he does here. This is the chink in the armor. This is behind a river and mountain. Oh, it's not mountainous, but it is the river, and this is mountainous. I'll just have to trust you on this one. A bit of chromium on Cyprus, but it doesn't seem worth my time. Okay, well, here's hoping that our march on Delhi can go our way. Also, here's hoping that someday I have good artillery.